What is up, Banter Nation? What is up, YouTube world? I am back with another banger of a video for you, my subscribers. If you're new to the channel, please do your due diligence. Click, subscribe, like. It doesn't take too much of your time. It doesn't take too much of your effort. It's just a click and a click for some more great wrestling content. 90% of which is me hating on AEW, okay? I am hating on AEW shamelessly as well. And right now, all I have to say is I've seen the ratings for AEW Dynamite, right? And guys, my opinion on this is, first of all, if you're a wrestling fan right now, if you are a wrestling fan and you are into this whole ratings thing, if you are into ratings, right, and you wait for the numbers every week for every show, whether WWE or AEW, you are stupid. That's what I have to say. All this ratings talk and ratings this, blah blah blah, demos this, all of this is dumb and shouldn't be happening. Ratings are stupid. And we shouldn't be even gauging how good a show is based on ratings. Why are we doing that? There are some great shows out there, and I'm not talking about wrestling right now. I'm talking about like just fictional shows, like dramas, series, whatever it is. There are some great shows out there that don't even have like a viewership like that, like a high viewership. One of the reasons why is that there's so much to watch right now. There are streaming services. There is like, dude, bro, there is so much to watch out there. Sometimes I, as a viewer, I feel so overwhelmed. I've got so many streaming services, it's crazy. I'm paying for so much, it's mad, okay? So this is why I don't get why wrestling fans, especially AEW fans, are into like this whole ratings thing. Why are we so focused on ratings? Ratings are not a measurement of how good a show is in the modern times today. No. In the Attitude Era, yes, maybe. That's what made the Attitude Era, the ratings war between WCW and WWE. But it's years later, and personally, I don't think AEW is proper competition for WWE. Why I say that? Dynamite is underachieving, okay? Dynamite is underachieving. It's not getting the attention, the views that it is supposed to, okay? These guys have the heavy hitters on the show, okay? This show is fresh, okay? If people were singing the woes of WWE, talking about WWE isn't what it used to be, and AEW is fresh and it made them fall in love with wrestling again, then why isn't AEW the biggest thing in wrestling right now? You would have thought that once AEW came out, it brought that edginess back. It brought that, the feeling that you got when you watched wrestling in the Ruthless Aggression era, when you watched wrestling in the Attitude Era. But it's underachieving, to be honest. These guys don't hit 1 million consistently, and that's a problem. I know some fans are gonna be like, oh, well, it's doing good, excuses this, excuses that, West Coast, TBS. Dude, how many times has AEW jumped from channel to channel or whatever since it started? I've been hearing excuses from AEW fans for 2 years. Oh, AEW is competing with this, AEW is competing with that, sport, NBA, blah blah blah. Dude, there shouldn't be any excuse. The truth is, the show is underachieving. With the heavy hitters that AEW has right now, I am talking about in the present, it is totally underachieving. It should be doing at least And this is at least 1.2 million a week. At least. Now that is competing with the likes of Raw. Like, it's competing with Raw at that point. 1.2 million a week at least. Instead, AEW fans are coddling AEW. Oh, it's a new company. Oh, this, that, excuses. There are so many excuses. I can't even think of them right now of why AEW is underachieving. These fans come up with like 100 excuses every week. I don't get it. And another thing is the competition between AEW and WWE is totally fan-made. It is fictional. It is made up. It's never been confirmed by anybody in WWE, by Vince, by Triple H. The higher-ups have not even acknowledged AEW like that. They haven't admitted they are competition. And to tell the truth, they aren't. They are not competition. They might be an alternative. That's a better word. Not competition, alternative. AEW is an alternative. But the way that they're acting, AEW's acting, bro, I don't even think they are an alternative, okay? Because they sign up anybody from WWE. And that's not really an alternative, is it? The ratings for AEW are worrying for me. They are worrying, okay? Look at AEW's roster. These guys have Daniel Bryan on their roster. Did you guys forget that Daniel Bryan was involved in the main event of WrestleMania this year? This year, not last year. This year. The guy is a big name. No matter who thinks what of him, the guy is a big name. The guy is huge. Why aren't they pulling in at least 1.2 million a week? That's an important number. I don't care what you think. That is important. And AEW fans, actually, let me tell the truth, alright? Let me tell the truth about so-called AEW fans. AEW fans aren't even AEW fans. AEW fans are just WWE haters. Let's tell the truth. These guys love AEW so much because they've hated WWE for so long. Right? The one thing they fell in love with, they hated. They grew to hate. Why did they grow to hate it? It didn't cater for them anymore. WWE stopped catering to the hardcore fan base. That hardcore fan base was like, okay, you don't care for us anymore? We're out. We're not watching anymore. Not all of them though, because some of them hate watch. They hate watch WWE. I mean, why are you still watching? And don't tell me you still care. What do you mean you still care? Stop watching. If Raw is so bad, stop watching. If SmackDown is so bad, stop watching. Start watching AEW regularly, okay? Stop being keyboard warriors. Help Dynamite get 1.2 million a week. That's it. AEW's ratings are not good at all. In my opinion, they are not good. Okay? And I was on Twitter, right? And I saw these comments. I mean, these guys have a point. Okay? These guys have a point. It made me realize what I've always kind of known is that AEW is massively underachieving. And I saw some comments about AEW has more viewers in the UK than it does in the US. I mean, there are some factors involved in that, okay? There are. But it is underachieving. Overall, it's underachieving. And if you're an AEW fan, you have to be honest with yourself. Look at that roster. Look at that roster. Are you telling me that that roster is not enough to pull in at least 1.2 million viewers a week? At least. Whether it's competing with the NBA, whether it's competing with football, I don't care. Whatever it's competing with. That roster has good enough names and big enough names to be pulling in more than 900,000, more than 800,000. And this week's Dynamite episode is coming off a huge pay-per-view, according to AEW fans. It's coming off a huge pay-per-view. Why the hell did they not hit 1 million? These guys are massively underachieving, and that's a problem. The wider problem is AEW is not trying to cater to casual fans. And I'm telling you, that's going to be AEW's demise. Because you know what the problem is with the hardcore fan base? Is that when you start annoying them, when you start making dumb decisions, when you can't make them happy anymore, when you can't make these guys happy anymore, they are going to leave you high and dry. And you are going to be the number one enemy. I am telling you, AEW has a problem. 900,000 actually. 900,000 is not good enough. With the roster they have, that's not good enough. Anyway, I'm Kat, the African Mark. And I'm back giving you guys bangers every day now. None of that twice a month. I'm doing it every day. Like I said at the beginning of the video, click, like, subscribe. It doesn't take much of your time. Support your boy. And I'm out. Peace.